I'm quite excited because I think it's the second best item I've ever seen on the Antiques
Really?
Roadshow in 12
good.
years.
Oh.
Let's go through exactly what it is. It's a 7-barrel flintlock volley gun by Henry Knock. There's H. Knock on the side, the maker. Each barrel has been proved here at the Proof House in London. They were made around about 1790. The Earl St. Vincent, when he sailed to relieve Gibraltar, had his own personal issue given to him. Nelson didn't like firing these from the crow's nest because of the danger of setting fire to sails, whereas other naval officers used to use them. It's a devastating weapon, as you might imagine. I mean, you've got 7 barrels fired from one shot, but it's such a rare item. I mean, I'm quite excited just to see it.
It's been in the family for at least 4 generations.
Really?
It was acquired in lieu of a debt that couldn't be paid by one of my ancestors, and we've had it ever since then.
Really? Now, I've read the inscription on the base plate here, which is brass, and it's so interesting because it was captured by the French, who had 5 ships of the line in November 1794. It was 7 months later. They actually recaptured the ship back, and this gun was on the ship.
That's right. Yes.
I think this is quite incredible and quite exciting. I'm sure that there's many gun collectors would just like to see this, have the opportunity even to handle it. Now, this has got to be worth something in relation, as a Knock 7-barrel volley gun, something in relation to £4,000. Right. But because of its historical value, I wouldn't like to name a price.
I would say it's Charles II, circa 1660. And it was not uncommon in those days for young, rich girls of the time to sew a scene of a palace, such as this now, probably a non-such palace, but let's, for imaginative reasons, call it St. James's, you never know. And then they would use a series of stitches, being the French knot. Then we have the cut silk thread here, and another little house, which I think is also an imaginative piece. And the wonderful, what we call stump work, which is it's cotton filled with cloth, and then it is tent stitched over and then applied to the satin ground, and this wonderful lion here. And here we have a mermaid, and do you know, have you seen what she's doing? She's looking at herself in a mirror, and you can see her face in the mirror. I can't resist the little rabbit, which is absolutely splendid. And then we come to the scene, which very often in those days they would have a royal scene, but I think in this case these are courtiers rather than actually the king and queen. This condition and this age, I would say at auction, we're talking about easily in the region of £6,000 to £8,000.